Hey guys, welcome back. Well, I think this looks a little different than the last time you guys seen it. A lot of snow. So, and I think it's around like -5 right now. So as you guys all know, obviously super cold brings, the need for firewood. So, I got the kiln up and running. So today I brought in a bunch of firewood I had drying for next season, but I'm like, I had, I don't know, probably 2 rows of all ready to go firewood I thought would have got me through the rest of the winter for my prior customers. Well, I thought wrong. So I went through all that. All I have is that's ready to go. And the only reason that's like half full is because my mother-in-law needed some wood because they're about out of wood. We roughly got almost about 2 feet of snow, and obviously it's extremely cold. So I got the kiln, I loaded that. So not only did I last night, if you remember where all these are next door, the new property, I had to snow blow all that so I could get access to it. I did that last night. And so I had to shovel all the snow off. I prepped it all out front here. The ones that were underneath, kind of how these are double stacked, the ones that were underneath didn't have as much snow on them, obviously, so shoveled off what I could. And then I took the leaf blower and blew off as much snow as possible before I stuck it in the kiln. So there's obviously some snow in there. I wanted to get as much snow / water out of the kiln before I fired it up. So it's only been running for maybe 20 minutes. So like I said, it's like -5 right now, and I think tonight's low is almost -20. So obviously here's a nice load of cherry. This is the stuff I just put a while back. All that is super dry. Crappy thing is I got it all next door, but so I got a good amount of totes in here. So in the next, I'm not sure how long this is going to take to run. Obviously in the winter here it's a lot drier air, so I'm thinking it may maybe take less, I don't know, 12 hours less to dry. I'm only going to heat it to 130, I think, for probably 4 days, 5 days, depending on what the humidity looks like. I'm not worried about the inside of the kiln warming up. It was 50 degrees in here until I had the doors wide open. I turned the heat off for now. I'm going to let this thing crank for, I don't know, it shouldn't take too long to get up to temp. Obviously the wood inside's 0 degrees, so. And then I'll heat this in here along with the kiln, because that'll cycle once it gets to 130. That way, by the time this wood needs to go in there, it should be fully melted and practically dry, I would think, in 5 days. Because I'll take that out. All this wood's already spoken for. A lot of my prior customers, some new customers. The only reason I kind of was like, man, I should probably start drying some wood is I had a bunch of new people contact me that the one customer for sure, his only heat source was his pellet stove, and his pellet stove went out on him. And I think he said he has a, I think he said it was a wood stove or a fireplace, I don't know. Because they're out of heat and it's, below 0 degrees. And so I kind of felt bad for him. So I had some wood that I could give him in the meantime till I dry some more. I mean, I have a ton of wood. I just don't want to tap into my stock either. But to get them going, because they were heating their house with space heaters. I'm like, oh, geez. I mean, it's been really cold. And obviously we got all this snow and whatnot. So I made them a priority to give them some wood. So I figure I'd take care of them first. Because I delivered some wood yesterday too to some people, and I got, I delivered some cherry, and they're burning it in their open fireplace. And yeah, I know it's like ambiance or whatever, the smell and the sparks and whatnot, but to me that's just kind of like a waste of wood. But whatever, that's why I have it. So I'd rather somebody smoke with it for some food or whatever. But so yeah, I didn't think I'd be running this, but I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to keep it going. I'm going to dry all this because it's all sold. And I still have a bunch over there. I think I still mixed hardwood that is. I think I still have, I didn't really count them, at least another 5-6 cords over there. I would have brought them all over here now, but I kind of want to start getting some rows of, well, as soon as I pull that stuff out, it's getting delivered, so pop the next one in. So a lot of this stuff, when I cut, it was fairly dry, so I don't think it's going to take much. It's more or less getting the moisture from all the snow. Heating it up is probably going to take a while, because like when this garage, even when it's cold out, when it's heated, when there was a bunch of wood in here, that wood just retains the heat very well. I could shut the door, even though the air is really cold, I could shut the door and come back in here in an hour with the heat off, and it's pretty warm in here still. So I know as soon as I start to heat this garage, which is nice, it's kind of like having a fridge that you're trying to cool, or a freezer with nothing in it. It's just going to run because it's not cooling anything in there to retain that temp. So I'm kind of glad I brought in some wood, because that's going to heat it up. And obviously it's super cold right now, but so yeah, kiln's running. It sounds like it's running fine. What are we up to now? We're at 70 degrees. Started at, didn't even read, it was so cold. So obviously the wood's gonna take a long time to get up there. So she's gonna be cranking for a while. But yeah, no, I mean, the boiler's running good. I did a deep clean on it the other day, knowing that, you know, we had these super cold temps coming in. So didn't think I'd be running this, but that's okay. I mean, it's for people's livelihood that it's so cold. I should have just been doing it all along. I just haven't. I've been so busy. It's a bad excuse when this is my business, but so yeah, I figured I'd give you guys a little update on that. These last 2-3 days I've been clearing snow here, clearing snow at the new property, doing quotes for emergency tree removal for all the, because heavy snow, all these trees. And hell, we had a couple trees come down because of how heavy the snow was. We didn't lose power, but a bunch of people did for obvious reasons. So, but yeah, no, it's always good to be prepared. And obviously I wasn't very prepared for the new customers. I just really wanted to get ahead for next year, but I guess it's all the same. I mean, what's the difference? I mean, I got the logs down below that are now buried with snow, but it's too cold to be processing. I don't care. I mean, it's negative some degrees. It doesn't feel as bad because the sun's up, but it's cold. That just kind of goes to show me why I'm going to build something for that. That way I could be, you know, making wood in the warmth maybe. We'll see. But I do think, now that we got this new property, and obviously we have a lot of property here, I think this spring, summer, I got to figure out really what I want to do, but I think I want to build the biggest building I can per square footage. We'll see. I mean, it's fully insulated, heated, whatnot, whether I'm storing wood in there or equipment or whatever, we'll see. But I also think I'm gonna concrete in here. Not that I don't mind what it is, because, you know, all this snow is going to melt. It's going to go into the ground. I'm okay with that. But, you know, the garage door doesn't sit the greatest because it's gravel. You know, you get the snow and whatnot. It's not that easy to clean up the snow. So I think, I'm not going to heat the concrete, I don't think. I don't know if I want to do all that for this. I think it'd be, I'll leave the container here. I'll just have them concrete that sumbitch right where it is. We'll dig out this, probably only do 4 inches in here. I don't think it needs to be 6. Something like that. So it's not the biggest space. It's probably 2 trucks worth, maybe more, I don't know. That way, I got to get this garage door fixed too. It's pretty much already framed out because it's a pole barn. So we'll just have to dig it out, get it level, and we'll get that poured. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I kind of made up my mind on that. Everything else is gonna be concrete, so might as well do this too. That, and it just makes cleanup so much easier. Not only that, I can use my pallet jack to move totes around. Now I can only do it with the tractor. I mean, you can't move anything around on here. And then I'll probably end up getting the concrete up just high enough where I could still open the doors. They'd be much easier to get in and out. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not 100% on that. I think it makes sense for what for how little the concrete's going to cost to do this, might as well do it. So yeah, that's just a little bit of kind of what I've been thinking about. So yeah, I'm curious to see how the kiln's going to do here with the temp, but I'm thinking it's going to do a little bit better because the air is so dry. I'm also curious on the exhaust over there, because it's going to be obviously hot, warm air going out, if I'm going to have a lot of moisture that turns into icicles or not. I'll have to keep an eye on that. But once this baby gets up to temp, it should just be steam just pouring out of here. So, but yeah, I mean, it is cold in here, man. So yeah, once I notice this thing is up to temp, which I can monitor that from the house, I'll turn the heat on in here, which will probably go for quite some time because it is cold out. But I'd like to get this snow melted. Yeah, it only shows 26% humidity in there, but that's gonna go through the roof. So yeah, a little update. Kiln's running. It's cold out. Curious to see what the temps are by you guys. I'm assuming it's pretty cold. I think it's pretty cold everywhere. I'm pretty sure a lot of people got snow. We got a lot of snow. It's like a 2-day thing kind of deal. Earlier in the week, a couple days later, we got a couple more inches, and then the next day we got a little over a foot. So I'm pretty sure we got about 2 feet. I had some 4-foot drifts here and there. So thank God for equipment. I had the snow blower on this guy, which you just blast through anything that we got. So yeah, kiln's running. It's worth it though. Got to make money when you can. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. But as always, keep earning.